Students, I am Lalita S. Humraskar, Economics teacher, BYK College of Commerce. Welcome you in online lecture series organized by BYK College of Commerce, Nasik for class 11th. Today I am going to discuss with you last chapter in your syllabus, that is chapter number 10, Economic Planning in India. And today's contents are: number 1 is introduction, number 2 what is the concept think tank, number 3 what are the pillars of Niti Aayog, and number 4 what is the structure of Niti Aayog. Students, all of you know, for 5-year plans in India, Planning Commission was responsible. But now government completely stopped the functioning of Planning Commission, and on 1st Jan 2015, Niti Aayog was established by the government. So what is the full form of Niti Aayog? Full form of Niti Aayog is National Institution for Transforming India, right? National Institution for Transforming India. So for all economic policies in India, Niti Aayog is responsible. Let us see the introduction point. Number 1 is 12th 5-year plan ended on 31st March 2017. All of you know the plan period, or you can say period of 12th 5-year plan, that was from 2012 up to 2017. So 12th 5-year plan ended on 31st March 2017, which was extended by 6 months, that is up to 4th October 2017, for enabling ministries to complete their appraisals. Okay. Number 2 is Niti Aayog introduced in 2015, and it is aimed at expanding the role of states, making the states' role more positive in collaboration with the center. Okay, so coordination between state government and central government is must. Okay, under Niti Aayog. Number 3, formation of Niti Aayog was an innovative and remarkable step to reinforce the principles of federalism and decentralization of power. So what is important under Niti Aayog? Federalism and decentralization of power. What do you understand by decentralization of power? Okay, it means all powers not concentrated in the hands of only central government. So all powers are decentralized. Okay. So formation of Niti Aayog was an innovative and remarkable step to reinforce the principles of federalism and decentralization of power. Number 4 is it also aims to accelerate economic growth and economic development. That is the main objective of Niti Aayog. Accelerate economic growth and economic development of the country. Number 5, resolution of Niti Aayog was sanctioned on 1st Jan 2015, but its actual execution started after the completion of 12th 5-year plan. Okay, so resolution of Niti Aayog was sanctioned on 1st Jan 2015. It means Niti Aayog was established on 1st Jan 2015, but its actual operation started after the completion of 12th 5-year plan. Now let us see the information about Niti Aayog with the help of questions and answers. Let us see first question. When was Niti Aayog established and why? National Institution for Transforming India, that is a full form of Niti Aayog, better known as Niti Aayog, was formed via a resolution of the Union Cabinet on 1st January 2015. Right? So Niti Aayog is the premier policy think tank of the government of India, providing directional and policy inputs. Right? That is a reason behind the formation of Niti Aayog. Let us see the next question. What is Niti Aayog and what is the function of Niti Aayog? So Niti Aayog is the premier policy think tank. So it is work as a think tank of the government of India, providing directional and policy inputs. Apart from designing strategic and long-term policies and programs for the government of India, Niti Aayog also provides relevant technical advice to the center, states and union territories. That is a function of Niti Aayog. Okay, advice to central government, state government and all union territories for solving various economic problems. Let us see the next question. Why is Niti Aayog called think tank? Why Niti Aayog is known as think tank? Let us see the answer. Niti Aayog can only recommend long-term policy changes but cannot influence or see their progress on the ground. So Niti Aayog is supposed to be a think tank. It works as a think tank. This implies that while generating new ideas, it maintains a respectable intellectual distance from the government of the day. Let us see the next question. Is Niti Aayog a constitutional body? In 2014, Prime Minister Narendra Modi announced Planning Commission's abolition, okay, and created Niti Aayog through an executive resolution. It is neither a constitutional body nor a statutory body. Why it is neither a constitutional body or nor a statutory body? Because there is no such article in Indian Constitution that there should be a Niti Aayog. It is as same as Planning Commission. Planning Commission, that was also not constitutional body or nor a statutory body. So it is same as in Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is also, it is neither a constitutional body nor a statutory body of the government. Let us see some information about Niti Aayog. Niti Aayog is a policy committee of the Indian government, right? The organization was formed on January 1st, 2015 in the capital city, New Delhi. The organization was a replacement and transformation of the 65 years old Planning Commission, okay, that is also known as Yojana Ayog. Okay, the term Niti stands for the National Institution for Transforming India. The organization has its own website that provides the citizens with all information related to the commission. Let us see what is the concept think tank. What is a think tank? Let us see. Think tank is a group of experts who are gathered together by an organization, especially by government, in order to consider various problems, try and work out ways to solve them. Okay, so the think tank is like a group of experts who are gathered together by an organization. By an organization means through Niti Aayog, especially by the government, and in order to consider various problems in the country and how to solve this problem, they will suggest some solution to solve such kind of problems. That is a think tank. Now let us see the function of think tank. As a premier policy think tank of the government of India, Niti Aayog aims to evolve a shared vision of national development with the active involvement of the states. It fosters cooperative federalism through structural support and policy guidance to the states on a continuous basis. So as a premier policy think tank of the government of India, Niti Aayog aims to evolve a shared vision of national development with active involvement of the states, okay, and it fosters means what? It nurtures, okay, it fosters cooperative federalism. What do you understand by cooperative federalism? Cooperative federalism means it is a concept in which national, state and local governments shares responsibility in the governance of the people. They work collectively towards the solving problem of the nation and for its betterment. That is known as a cooperative federalism through structural support and policy guidance to the states on a continuous basis. That is a function of think tank. Now let us see the pillars of Niti Aayog. What are the pillars of Niti Aayog? Number one is vision document of India. Niti Aayog is like a vision document of India, right? Number two, appraisal document of 12th five-year plan. What do you understand by appraisal document? Appraisal document, it is an official record in written or printed form that provides for an assessment or estimation of the worth, value or quality of a person or thing. That is known as an appraisal document. So second pillar of Niti Aayog is appraisal document of 12th five-year plan that was considered here. Number three, transforming India. How to transform India? By organizing various lectures of the experts by Niti Aayog. That is a third pillar of Niti Aayog. Number 4 is doubling farmers' income. Agriculture sector is the most important sector in the country. Why? Because around 65% of India's population, they are totally dependent on agriculture sector. So which factor is very important? Farmer. So doubling of farmers' income. Okay, that is also important feature of Niti Aayog. Number 5, outcome budget, output outcome framework, that is also important pillar of Niti Aayog. What is outcome budget and what is outcome framework? Let us see. Outcome budget means outcome based budgeting is a practice of suggesting and listing of estimated outcomes, that is end products of various government initiatives and interventions, including those involving partnership with the state government, public sector undertakings, autonomous bodies and the community. Okay, that is outcome budget. Now what is the outcome framework? Let us see. It is an explicit summary of the different levels or chains of results expected from a particular interventions project, program or development strategy. Okay, that is also important pillar, outcome budget and outcome framework. Next pillar is global entrepreneurship summit 2017. Okay, what is global entrepreneurship? It is a trait, or you can say it is a feature or characteristic in which professionals as global entrepreneurs use their global understanding and connection to identify transnational and cross-cultural opportunities and turn them into a new value creating initiative. That is known as a global entrepreneurship, right? So the important pillar of Niti Aayog, that is global entrepreneurship summit held in 2017. Number 7, launching of program to transform identified aspirational district. What do you understand by aspirational district? Aspirational district, this is a program, it is a program introduced by Niti Aayog to transform the district that have shown relatively lesser progress in key social areas. Okay, so launching a program to transform identify aspirational district, that is also important pillar of Niti Aayog. So these are the 7 important pillars of Niti Aayog. Now let us see the structure of Niti Aayog. The resolution dated 1st Jan 2015 and its subsequent amendment dated 16 Feb 2015 provides for the structure of Niti Aayog as follows. Let us see the structure of Niti Aayog. First one is a governing council is there. Okay, so who are the members of governing council? Chief ministers of all states and governors of all union territories, they are the members of governing council. Second one is regional councils are there. Okay, so these would be formed to address specific issues and contingencies impacting more than one state or region. So these would form. Why regional councils form? To address specific issues and contingency. What do you understand by contingency? Accidental things. If any accidental things happens in any state, okay, it affects state or any region, who will solve such problem? Regional councils. Okay, third one is special invitees. Who are the special invitees? These would include experts, specialists and practitioners with relevant knowledge who will be nominated by the Prime Minister. So third one is a special invitees under Niti Aayog. Now let us see the organizational framework of Niti Aayog. So here number 1 is chairperson. Who is the chairperson of Niti Aayog? That is Prime Minister of India. Okay. Number 2, vice chairman. Who is the vice chairman? Vice chairman to be appointed. Vice chairperson to be appointed by the Prime Minister. And there are 5 full-time members and 2 part-time members. Okay. They work as a vice chairperson. Next one is a third one is a ex officio members. Who are the ex officio members? Maximum of 4 members of Union Council of Ministers to be nominated by the Prime Minister. So maximum number here 4. Four members. They are ex officio members, and who will give the appointment to ex officio member? That is by the Prime Minister of the country. Next one is a Chief Executive Officer, that is a CEO. Okay, who will give the appointment to the CEO for CEO, Chief Executive Officer? He will be appointed by the Prime Minister for a fixed tenure in the rank of Secretary to the Government of India. And next one is a Secretariat, that is as a deemed necessary. Okay, so this is the organizational framework of Niti Ayog. Now let us see the evaluation part of this content. Okay, so what kind of question is possible related to Niti Ayog? Let us see here. Answer the following question. This is a 4 marks question. Okay, so let us see the first question. What are the pillars of Niti Ayog? How to write down the answer to this question for 4 marks? Let us see the answer. Number 1, first you have to write the introduction of Niti Ayog. Right, after that you have to write all 7 pillars of Niti Ayog. Okay, next question is explain structure of Niti Ayog. Okay, for 4 marks. How to write down the answer? Number 1 is introduction of Niti Ayog is must here, and second one is explanation of the structure of Niti Ayog in detail. Then only you will get here marks. Now one activity given in your textbook. Find out present structure of Niti Ayog and list out the names of members in respective columns. Okay, and here table is given which shows the structure of Niti Ayog. In first column they given chairperson, in second column they given vice chairperson, and in third column they given members. Okay, if you know the structure of Niti Ayog very well, then answer is very well. Who is the chairman of Niti Ayog? Obviously, naturally, Prime Minister of India. Okay, who is the vice chairman of Niti Ayog? And who give appointment to vice chairman? So vice chairman, there are, as far as vice chairperson is concerned, there are 5 full-time members and 2 part-time members, and they are appointed by the Prime Minister of the country. And what about other members? They are also known as ex officio members. So what is the answer here in third column? Maximum of 4 members of the Union Council of Ministers to be appointed or nominated by the Prime Minister. So this present the structure of Niti Ayog and they list out the names of the members, okay, of Niti Ayog. Now let us see the difference between Niti Ayog and Planning Commission. Okay, this is based on the composition or structure of Niti Ayog and Planning Commission. Let us see the first point. Chairperson, who is the chairperson of Niti Ayog? Naturally Prime Minister. As far as Planning Commission is concerned, who is the chairperson? Prime Minister. Okay, then second one is a chairperson. As far as Niti Ayog is concerned, vice chairperson appointed by the Prime Minister, and as far as Planning Commission is concerned, deputy chairman, that is appointed by the he or she should have a cabinet rank. Okay, that is a deputy chairperson of Planning Commission. Number 3, Governing Council. Who are the members of the Governing Council? As far as Niti Ayog is concerned, all chief ministers of various states and governors and lieutenant governors of all union territories, they are the they all comes in the Governing Council of Niti Ayog. And what about the Planning Commission? National Development Council responsible here. Next one is a member secretary. As far as Niti Ayog is concerned, to be known as the CEO and to be appointed by the Prime Minister of the country. And here, as far as Planning Commission is concerned, member secretaries were appointed through the usual process. Next point is part-time members. Okay, who are the part-time members under Niti Ayog? To have a number of part-time members depending on the need from time to time. And as far as Planning Commission is concerned, who are the part-time members? Full-time commission had no provision for part-time members. And last point is full-time members. What about the full-time members? As far as Niti Ayog is concerned, the number of full-time members could be fewer than Planning Commission. And as far as Planning Commission is concerned, the last commission had 8 full-time members. Okay, so this is a difference between Niti Ayog and Planning Commission on the basis of their composition or structure. Let us see the difference between Planning Commission and Niti Aayog. What are the key differences between the two? Let us see. First feature, control. As far as Planning Commission is concerned, absolute control on policy flows. It was one-way flow. In short, Planning Commission was a dictator right here. And as far as Niti Aayog is concerned, no control at all, just limited to being a think tank, will not create policies. Okay, second point is directional approach. As far as Planning Commission is concerned, as far as directional approach is concerned under Planning Commission, it is top to bottom, made policies at central level and implemented the same. Policy makers barely consulted states and union territories. It work as a provider only. Okay, and as far as Niti Aayog is concerned, bottom to top, it will give strategic and technical advice at state and union levels. Those will escalated to center and policies will be designed accordingly, right? Number 3 is a fund allocation. How to allocate the fund? As far as Planning Commission is concerned, allocated government fund at the state and national level for different programs that the commission deemed necessary for the development. And as far as Niti Aayog is concerned, Niti Aayog has no power to allocate government funds. It will only provide ideas for economic growth depending on the needs of the different states and union territories. So this is a key difference between the Planning Commission and Niti Aayog. So what we discussed today, students? What is Planning Commission? What is the full form of Planning Commission? Right? What are the pillars of Planning Commission and what is the structure of Planning Commission? And finally, difference between the Planning Commission and Niti Aayog. So finally, students, thank you for listening my video lecture.